You are listening to Hillary Topper on Air, the small business podcast to help you grow both personally and professionally. And now, here's your host, Hillary Topper.
Have you heard of the Profit Express? It's a business talk show / podcast that airs on WRHU FM and online at wrhu.org. It's on Wednesdays from 4:30 to 5:30, and it's an amazing show. The show's host, Tim Healy, who is also the owner of Healy Success Solutions, is known for his sales advice and expertise. But do you know Tim? I'm Hillary Topper, and you are listening to Hillary Topper on Air. My guest today is none other than Tim Healy, and I'm really excited about this interview because we're going to get to know Tim even better than we do already. So welcome back to the show, Tim.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to get to know this guy, Tim Healy.
So let's take a step back and give you an easy question before we
Sure.
start our lightning round. So remind our listeners about you, your background, and your show, The Profit Express.
Sure. Well, thank you. And again, thanks for having me on. Thanks for having me back. It's Tim Healy. My company is Healy Success Solutions, where very simply I help my clients each and every day turn more of their prospects into profits. That's my mission every day. I keep it simple. And then also for 11 years now, I have been the host of the Profit Express on WRHU FM, and also I have a podcast on my site at HealySolutions.com. And that's been really fun. I've been able to interview some amazing celebrities and business professionals, and even great authors like Hillary Topper, for example.
Okay, so let's get with it.
There we go.
So, are you ready?
I am. I hope I am. I think I am.
Okay. The first question is, what time do you get up in the morning, and what's the first thing you do?
I typically get up around 5:30. Excuse me. The first thing I do, void my bladder.
Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
Typically. Well, I'm trying to be truthful and transparent. It could be that, or check the phone, but I guess it depends,
Which goes first?
Right, exactly.
Okay. What is your favorite childhood memory?
Oh, wow. I was 10 years old, and my parents had gotten us a trip to Disneyland, and they gave it to us at Christmas for the upcoming, the winter recess break in February. And I remember opening up the tickets, paper tickets back in the day. And that was like, oh my God, we're going to Disney. I mean, that was awesome. Yeah, Christmas morning.
That's a great memory.
Yeah.
What is your perfect day?
It would involve exercising. It would involve exercising, working with the client, and doing a radio interview, doing a podcast interview. If I could have all three in one day, that'd be pretty amazing.
Who is your hero?
My sister.
Sweet. When was your first kiss?
When? Oh God. I think I was I guess I kind of started late. Well, maybe by today's standards, I think I was like 16 or 17. I can't even, man, now I'm feeling old, Hillary. Thank you. Yeah, 16 or 17. It definitely wasn't too young. That much I know.
Okay. Are you athletic?
I am. I am.
What do you do?
Well, as you know, I do running. I did 10 miles this morning.
Are you ready? Are you ready for an ultra in a month?
No, but thank you for your confidence. Yeah, I love running, hiking. I've done Mount Washington a number of times. I don't go to the gym anymore, but yeah, I would.
All right. What is a funny thing that happened to you recently?
A funny thing that happened to me recently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. I guess nothing funny happened recently. Nothing's coming to mind. I don't know. Wow, you got me on that one. Is that stump the guest? I think you got a point on that.
Oh, that's good. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, funny.
Well, we can always come back to that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. If in a couple of minutes, can we go back? Yeah, because I would feel really lame if I didn't have an answer for that. But.
All right. So this one's easy. Do you like networking?
That's how I built my business. Absolutely, yeah.
And do you like social networking?
To be honest, probably less recently, to be honest.
And what's your favorite site if you do go on social?
It wouldn't be for social networking, but just a social site. I love YouTube. I'm on it a lot. I research there, entertainment,
Okay. What's one of the most memorable, your favorite memory that you had recently?
Favorite memory recently. Well, my wife shared it with me. So my son Magnus had to go buy a new bat, and my wife Carrie was at Dick's, and normally I would buy with him, and we already knew the size and all that, and the weight. And she's like, "Do you mind if we buy it?" He sees one, he's really excited for it. So I said, "Yeah, don't worry about it. Just go and buy it." This past weekend, actually. And so they buy the bat, and like an hour later, they call me, and my son is so excited. "Dad, I got this new bat. It's Rawlings. It's a composite. It's 31 inches. It's 19 ounces." And he's going on, and I'm like, I said, "Your bat's going to explode. You're going to hit home runs and bombs and dingers with this." And we're going back and forth. And so I said, "All right, love you. I'll see you, when we get home." So then when Carrie got home later that afternoon, she told me, and this is just what a great experience. She's like, after he hung up the phone with you talking about his new bat, he says, "I love him." So I'm like,
so sweet. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to your show. So
Yes.
On the Profit Express.
Yes.
What was the best and the worst you've had?
Oh my goodness, you want to get me in trouble. I've been fortunate to have some amazing people on, and not just because they're celebrities. Probably one of my personal favorites, it would be a tie between George Foreman, heavyweight champion, George Foreman Grill, everybody knows him, and Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank. I mean, they are, and what I found amazing is neither one of them needed my show. They didn't need my interview, and they're, renowned figures in their own right. And they were both, they shared their stories. They gave me plenty of time, and they were completely genuine and real. So yeah, it'd be a tie. It'd be hard to say.
Okay. And what about the worst?
Come on.
And don't say Hillary Topper.
No, I've been trying for months to get her back on. It's, you know how hard it is to get through her people with that new book that she has. I can't mention a name. I can't mention a name.
Can you tell us a little bit about the interview and why it was?
Yes. Okay. What I will say, and this is actually a great lesson, I think, for business owners. This person was the owner of a company, a local company here, and the company had like over 60-year history. Okay, so if a company's been in business for 60 years, I mean, it's got history, it's got stories, you know, you have a lot to talk about. And I mean, and the person that I was interviewing was a nice person. They were a good person, don't get me wrong. But when I had the person on, it was like one-word answers. And it was just like, you know, when you interview somebody and they're not giving you anything, it's like you're pulling teeth. Oh, it's painful. And I thought, okay, maybe this person's a little bit nervous. So I'm, you know, kind of helping out. And then I said, one of the questions that I asked where the interview just exploded, or I should say imploded, was, you know, how would you describe the culture at your company? Again, we're talking over 60, 65 years. And she's like, and like I stumped her. I stumped the person. And I literally, that was like, I thought it was a layup question. I thought it was a softball question, you know? And well, it's like family. I'm like, okay. I mean, and I just knew that there was nothing else there. So here's the lesson for business owners. You know, if you're going to get interviewed by any media, you know, a blog, a podcast, TV, whatever it is, I mean, know what your message is, and then but be excited about it. That was painful. That was painful.
That's definitely. I've had plenty of those on my show. So, talk to me about the worst pitch that you ever got from a PR firm. You know, that just you could not believe.
I think I don't remember one in particular. What I think are worst pitches would be ones where, like, a book and the topic does not relate to the Profit Express, which is all about small business. And I'm like, why do I have this book? Right? And I look at it, and so that annoys me. So you did no research about my show. Number one. Number two, it's when they start with these 2 and 3 page, you know, about, you know, I'm not going to read. I'm not going to read any of that. You know, I'm as busy as everybody else. It's like, you know, give me 3 sentences to say, wow, I want this person on. And I think, so it's not one in particular, but it's just like a horrible approach.
You know, what's funny is that I get a lot of things for mommy bloggers. Like, I don't know why they assume that I'm a mommy blogger. My kid, maybe 20 years ago, you know, would you like a portable stroller for review on a blog? I'm like, oh.
So yeah, if they're pitching you that, they just assume, oh, well, she's a woman who has a podcast. Let's just, you know, she knows zero about Hillary Topper. That's a professional. It's lazy.
It's
right?
very lazy, but that's what it is. You know, I know that a lot of PR people, and I, you know, look, I'm one of them, but they just don't do the homework. So.
But that's what makes you guys look so good.
Thank you.
Seriously, yeah.
So let's go back on a personal note.
Oh boy.
Give me a guilty pleasure.
A guilty pleasure. Barbecue.
Really?
What
do you make good?
I don't make anything good. I buy it good. I love barbecue. Love barbecue. I mean, unfortunately, it's not the healthiest thing in the world to eat, but And it's funny. My wife makes fun of me. I retain either the salt, right? And I said I'm gonna be bloated tomorrow, and she's like, "What is wrong with you? Just enjoy it." But I love good barbecue. That's definitely an indulgence.
No, that's good. That's good. And tell me, what's the best business advice you've ever received?
It's probably some of the most basic, but I mean, this, some of the most basic advice could be the most valuable. And it's a client of mine that I've had since 2005, continuously. It's my longest running continuous client. And very early on, like within a couple of months of me starting to do work with them in 2005, the owner of the company, a gentleman by the name of Andy, said, Tim, again, I was working with the sales team, of course, and he says, Tim, I always remind my sales team, sell something today because you have to put gas in your car tomorrow.
That's a good one.
Not sexy, not sophisticated.
Oh, that's a good one.
But it reminds us, you know what? You better keep focused on bringing sales and having consistency.
Yeah.
Don't always look at the big opportunities, the big pipeline items. Sell something today. I've always stuck with me.
Have you ever walked away from a job?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's something that I share a lot. If a prospect is a pain in the neck, and I'm saying that gently, when you first do business with them, okay, it's 90% that they're going to be a pain in the neck in the middle and the end. And in my business, and in like your business too, especially because we're service providers, the minute they sign on the line that is dotted, right, then it just starts. Then the relationship starts. So it's not like, you're just selling them a widget. It's a little different. Here it is. Here's your widget. Good luck. You and I have to say, okay, do I want to spend a lot of time with this person? Because I spend an awful lot of time with clients. And there's been a couple I'm like,
I think it's interesting because I read once that when you hire someone, it should be someone that you want to have a drink with, right? That you would go out with.
Sure.
And I think also that when you're courting a new business,
Mm-hmm.
it should be the same kind of thing. You should like them and have respect for them, and they should have respect for you. And it becomes more of a relationship, right?
Well, I agree, because then I think if you respect somebody, right, and you enjoy, I don't think you have to be best friends. I don't want to mislead people, because business doesn't always lead to relationships and friendships. Sometimes it does, but if you genuinely enjoy the person and you genuinely respect them, I think it's going to allow you, the service provider, to do a better job.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree. And the more that you know each other, the better job you're going to do. There's some clients that we get where we just can't get in touch with them. And it's like we're constantly calling and, following up, and
Right.
we just can't get anything. And then it's hard to be successful like that. But when people are calling us and saying, you know what, this is what we're doing, this is, this, and this, then it's easy to go forward with it.
It's funny you say that, because when a new client hires me, I tell them from the very beginning, I said, in certain engagements that I have with people, they have unlimited contact with me, okay? And I say, listen, take advantage of that. It's in writing. Email me, text me. The more that we communicate, the better chances of success.
Absolutely.
I encourage that a lot.
So, anything you want to add before we wrap this up?
Wrap this up? That's impossible to wrap this up. Are you kidding me? Well, first of all, what do I add? I mean, I was looking forward for a couple of days when I saw this on the schedule. I got very excited. No, you know what's funny? Anything to add? I think if it could be a COVID-related thought, because we're still kind of in the midst of all this. It's kind of stabilized, but it's still going to be with us for a while. And I think for the business owners out there, for the sales professionals, because we still really can't network the way we used to. We can't get out there the way we used to. We still can't meet. You know, it's better than it was in March and April, obviously. But I would just gently remind all businesses, you know, continue to stay hungry, continue to be in contact with your clients, make sure every one of your clients is hearing from you. Don't go dark on any client. Make sure they're hearing from you, and then be aggressive with prospecting. Be very aggressive with prospecting. Because I think
you think that there's money, people are spending money now on different services?
Well, you know what? Listen, certain industries have gotten decimated. You know, restaurants, gyms, salons, by the very nature of what they do. Unfortunately, those folks have gotten destroyed. No other way to put it. In a lot of service-related industries, such as, you know, ours, and other products and services, yeah, you know, there's people out there. People have budgets, you know, and that's actually an interesting thing. Don't approach it that people don't have money.
Right.
There's money out there. I guarantee you. You know, certain budgets might be tied up. It might be a little bit different. That means you just have to knock on more doors, talk to more people, make more contacts. But the money is out there. The need is out there, which goes to, you know, your mindset and how are you approaching all this. You don't want to go with the scarcity mentality. That will kill you right now.
Right. That's what I think a lot of people are doing. Yes. That they're nervous, that they don't don't think that they're going to be able to get their price. Mm-hmm. You know, so there's a lot of issues going on, right? So what you're saying is don't let that fear stop you from going forward with your business and your prospecting.
Absolutely, you can't, because if you have what I call prospect empathy, and well, I don't want to push, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. My approach in all of this, you know, March and April, we kind of took a step back to figure it all out. Once we kind of got into May and June, for me, it was more business as usual. Okay, there was exceptions, obviously, but we had to get back. For obvious reasons, we all had to get back. And mm-hmm. Now that we're in September, again, there's restrictions, but at the end of the day, services and products are needed. The economy is still moving on. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't have too much empathy, and don't sell scared.
I love it. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
So tell us how we can get in touch with you to learn more about the Profit Express or Healy Success Solutions.
The website, HealySolutions.com. You can find the podcast on there as well. At Radio Tim Healy on Twitter. Those are probably two of the best ways to find me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show. I also want to thank my sponsors, the Russo Law Group, the Profit Express with Tim Healy. Thank you. Pop International Galleries, the Donna Drake Show, and Fortune of Fine Jewelry. And last but not least, I want to thank you, our listeners, for tuning in each week. If you want more information on this show or any other show, visit us at HillaryTopperOnAir.com, or you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, even Amazon Alexa. We're out there. You'll find us. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.